people email through the different countries in the world they were doing. I messaged some of you to say, I'm short in this area, that area, so you're covering them. You can't actually see the big grid. It's down, just down there, of our big skulls. I have put it up on Facebook. I will take a picture to put out in the newsletter to show you. But I've got, Oriel has very kindly taken his map of the world off his wall, and it's on the floor, and it is covered in the crystal skulls. So if you've not worked with crystal skulls before, I'll explain to you how they work for earth healing, why we're using skulls, and what our mission really is for today. Okay, so on Monday night, I was awake with toothache. Quite bad toothache. I'd had cranial sacral therapy during the day had a second car crash. So I didn't think I was injured, but I'd had some cranial, and that freed all the area sort of round there up, and then obviously aggravated a tooth that was needing fixed anyway. And it has been done. Thank you to Stuart, who fixed it very kindly for me yesterday without anaesthetic, which is amazing that he's able to be so gentle to do that work. But I was awake with toothache, and I then just started receiving all these downloads of images and visions, and then just seeing it holographically. So I'm an Arcturian incarnate, and one of the things about the Arcturians is that they see holographically, and their mission is protectors of the earth. They're like the star race that sort of protects Mother Earth from nephritic attack, from negative energies. So I started to realize that this whole hysteria that was forming because of the virus hysteria was being manipulated and orchestrated by the reptilian agenda. And we know that the world order, the governments are in cahoots with the reps. But already now, I'm getting told we need to start our protection first before I say any more. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to ground ourselves. We are going to call the angels in. We're going to call in Commander Ashtar. We're going to call in Snap Kamara to put protection around us first, because it is really important you always do your psychic protection before you start doing intense earth healing work like this, and particularly tackling the rep agenda. Okay, so lots of you have done earth healing workshops with me before. Lots of you have done retreats, transmissions. So, you know, we're just going to go into meditation now, and we're going to protect ourselves. And, you know, I always wear shungite. It's a really highly protective crystal, so you might want to start to wear that, or carry in your pocket, like black obsidian. Black tourmaline is very protective as well. Numite is very protective. I normally every day I wear amazing numite bracelets that one of my lovely customers gave me as a gift. And bizarrely, I don't have on today, but I do have my numite crystal skull. And interestingly, it was the crystal skull that wanted to come to the dentist yesterday with me in my pocket. So that's a very protective crystal too. But what we're going to do first is I can really feel the group energy building up. Just some people, a bit of fear came in there. That's their link in, guys. So we'll just do the protection. Don't worry if you felt the fear, it's fine. It's just stuff to shift for you. So we'll do the protection now and just get you started. So we protect through the heart. Okay, so you'll be able to see all my lovely singing bowls that I work with in meditation. And we'll just start with the Heart Chakra singing bowl. Taking a deep breath. Another Heart Chakra singing bowl, and just imagining a beautiful blue light coming around us. We call upon the presence of Archangel Michael and his angels of protection to place us in a cloak of protective light. We call upon the presence of Commander Ashtar to come around us and to remove any reptilian implants, any hooks, cords that they have placed within us. Anything in particular in the build up to this transmission, trying to stop us doing this transmission of deactivation. They know they've lost already. If I managed to get 100, I was guaranteed this would be a success. So we are well over this limit. So we're building up team protection. So now you're expanding your auric field. We're calling in Snak Kamara. He's head of the Arcturian Earth Agenda. We're calling in all your guides, your Council of 12. We're calling in the dragons. They have just appeared now. So powerful dragons are coming in. I've got actually 7 dragons on the altar behind the grid. So we're asking the dragons to come in and to transmute away any influence, any hooks and cords. And some of you may have reptilian implants that are maybe kicking off, activating. Don't worry about it. I'm able to shift those. I'll get the beings in to do that. So if you start to feel ill, just ignore it. Know it is illusion. Okay, maybe get yourself a drink if you've got a headache or something, but it's just illusion. It's just their process to take us out of our heart centers. So just opening the crown chakra at the top of your head, asking to connect to divine source light. Oh good, it's calming down the energy now. Whew, we've got enough protection around. Right, that was a bit intense there. They were trying to fight me. They won't win. Right. Right, let's all just relax. So the sound of the heart chakra is and if you're able to sing that out loud at this point, just to build up your heart protection. Start and see green light coming into your auric field, the light of healing. Allowing the divine source light now to travel down through your upper chakras you've opened up, through the crown chakra, down through the third eye chakra, through the heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, root, and earth star chakra. Taking your golden roots of light down, deep, 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 deep down, visualizing them traveling down, center of the earth, through the crystal layer, through the rock layer, down through the inner cities, gather any wisdom and knowledge the beings of the inner cities, the beings of Shambhala in particular, wish to impart to us for this healing. They're upping their protection around us now too. They're increasing their controlled ferocity. I can feel that coming in as your roots are now reaching the centre of the earth, spreading out like the roots of an old oak tree, grounding, anchoring and connecting you to Mother Earth's loving wisdom. Bringing that love of Mother Earth up, 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 into your heart. Just sitting there with your hand on your heart. Just had quite a severe attack on my crown chakra. Just coming out. sorry, that has just shifted. That sound is really powerful for shifting any interference that's gone in your energy field. So hopefully that may have cleared some of you as well. But full deactivation has occurred there. Just some of you might be able to clairvoyantly see what's going on, but I'm just witnessing. I just laugh. You have to laugh because they genuinely think they're powerful, but unless you give them power, they have no power. They have no power. You just have to remember that. And Aringa is such a master soul. He always says, remember, it's illusion. It's just illusion. Okay. Right. Good. That has all stopped. Whew. So I'll just talk to you about the information that was coming through. So I'm just getting some information from Commander Ashtar. Yes, okay, he's saying if anybody's feeling they're being bothered at all, if you can light a candle, that'll help you. But everybody's protected now. Nobody's going to get anything. They tried hard with me there. But obviously I'm the most significant person in this transmission because I'm leading you all. So of course they're going to go for me. So you're all fine. So don't worry. Right, so let's talk about what they showed me. What they showed me was that, yeah, this virus is man-made. It was created to basically cause this hysteria. It was created with intention to kill, and it was created to cause financial crashes, which has occurred, to cause complete chaos. And it is because we are in the year of the heart center activation. People are feeling it. They're ready to move into fifth dimension. They're ready to become empowered. They're ready to move out of fear. And they were losing their grips because the way the reps work is that they are looking for the weak chink in your armor. Okay, so that's why we all do this work, to raise our vibration, to access our ascension key codes, and to protect ourselves. Because if you're not carrying the triggers for anger, for fear, for envy, jealousy, frustration, what's the word, apathy, you know, the lower emotions, they can't play on anything. Okay, so we really have to be responsible for ourselves. We have to notice what our trigger points are and detach ourselves from them, which is why we're all doing this ascension work. But what the reps use is they use fear. They use the fear matrix. Now, lots of you have done my dual cool disconnect from the fear matrix meditation transmission I brought through a couple of years ago. I'll probably dig it out again to do myself, actually. So yeah, redo that one. That's a good one, just to amplify in case you've for whatever reason allowed fear vibration back into you. But so really you want to look at the disconnection from the fear. And we can see that there's aisles empty of toilet roll, food's getting, you know, bought off the shelves, everybody is panicking. But the medical officers have just come out, and Oriel got a text for school guidelines saying that even if you actually catch it, it's flu, it's a flu virus, it's no different to the other flu viruses that are out there. It is just because they have, this has been orchestrated by the reps. Look how crazy the media has gone. The UK chief medical officer was trying to tell them all yesterday. I actually listened to it live driving to the dentist. I wouldn't normally have had it on, but I'm driving a hire car and I don't know how to switch my radio off or change the station. So I just let it run. And he was saying that, you know, yes, okay, people who've got underlying medical conditions, people who are old and frail, people who've got poor nutrition, then you're going to struggle a bit. But, you know, it's about really keeping yourselves well and not being part of the vibration. So what we're going to do is a deactivation of the fear matrix for everybody in this transmission. We have to do our preparation before we do the earth healing work. Okay, so we're going to go over that. I'm going to dismantle the fear matrix grid from you. We'll be channeling to do that. And we're also going to dismantle any fears you have of the reptilian agenda and disconnect you from them. Now, one of the things I was shown, I then had toothache the next night as well. funny now. My tooth actually wasn't sore when I went to the dentist, but that was really good because it meant you could do this filling that needed to be done, and I wasn't in absolute agony like when the other dentists had done it. So everything is in divine order. So I think I was getting woken up with toothache to get more downloads. The actual word, I'll say it once, coronavirus or whatever. I don't even think I'm saying it right. I think they made me say it wrong there, so I didn't say it. It's a trigger word. So if any of you have read Harry Potter books, you know that they have to say he who must not be named because a tag has been put on the word Lord Voldemort. So it's the same with this. Every time you hear it, every time you say it and talk about it, it's a trigger word. They're in on you. The reps are in there. They're trying to get in their hooks. So hence, I'm just calling it C19. We know what it's about. So stop using the word. Tell everybody to stop using the word. It's a code word. So yeah, it is possible to do that. We're living in the world, we realise that now. It takes us into their order. So hence the media is using it all the time. It's not even the proper medical name for it. Green crystals. So you want to be carrying a piece of chrysoprase. And I forgot, Oriel, do you want to run over and get me? Oh no, here's my piece here. But you could bring your big piece over if you want.
Which one?
The big chrysoprase, the big green one.
Big.
Yeah, so this is chrysoprase. Can you see this, everybody? Yeah.
Do I have a big green one of those?
You have one because you've got Romany's one, the biggest piece we have of it. So this
You chucked that away.
No.
I
This.
didn't have it.
Okay, Oriel, just be quiet now. This crystal, it comes from Australia, and it's a really ultimate heart healing stone. So, but any green crystal, green obsidian, green, which is man-made, but it still works, green moss agate, green aventurine is very good, green fluorite, any of the crystals that have the strong green ray vibration in them, if you carry them every day, that's a good place too. Because how do you protect yourself from flu? You actually be in your heart. Flu is a condition, any types of flu, is a condition of not loving yourself enough, which is why if you're run down and stressed, you get flu. Because you've not been loving yourself enough to look after yourself. So it's not like actually the flu that's come in, it's the issue. It's the vibration of you not doing enough self-nurture and enough self-love. So, you know, the green ray is all about that. If you're, those of you who activated your Emerald Codex at the summer solstice, over 100 of you did that with me up at Calnash, then, you know, remember to switch on your emerald. I've been wearing my emerald ring. They told me to wear my emerald ring every day. Switching on that Emerald Codex. That workshop's available for download if anybody's interested in that on the website. So you want to do that. Vitamin D. They were very clear that if you want to protect yourself, vitamin D is key, particularly if you live in the Northern Hemisphere. In Scotland, we've just done 3 months of no vitamin D. Okay, we just don't get it this time of year, so we have to supplement that. You can go online, Amazon. I get mine in olive oil. I actually get it from the doctor. I actually get 10,000 units from the doctor, but it's in powder form and it's not too good quality because it's free on the NHS. But I was just taking it because I spent a fortune in supplements, but I got the clear message that I needed a better quality one and to take higher dose. So I'm taking about 20,000 units a day because you really need vitamin D to process your vitamin C. So if everybody's taking vitamin C, but you're deficient in your vitamin D, then it's not going to metabolize so well. So they were very clear on suggesting everybody supplements with vitamin D. If you live in a warm country, get outside, get your vitamin D. I'm just going through my list here. Right, okay, so drinking lots of water as well. So if we become dehydrated, then we obviously we're struggling. So lots of water. I'm drinking lots of this Royal Deeside water. I actually was invited by the owner of the wells of Royal Deeside to go up and to do blessings to the water, to do clearing on the land activation a few years ago. I keep meaning to do a Facebook blog upon it. It's from the Cairngorm mountain area of Scotland. And it's quite hard to get. It's one of the more expensive waters, but it's got certain properties in it that it's hard to get in other bottled water, but also it's got all my blessings I put in it on all that activation work. So the owner of this this Deeside water brand is actually very spiritual and psychic and things. So you know, we might take a group up there to do more water blessing work with this, but you can get it in glass. It does taste so much different in the glass bottles. He gave us glass bottles of it as well. You get it in sparkling too, but the supermarkets only seem to sell it like this. But yeah, good quality water is what I'm trying to say. So your tap water, full of stuff. So you want to at least make sure you're filtering it, energizing it with crystals if you're drinking it. You know, if you're drinking tap water, otherwise good quality. Bottled water, I know there's the issue with plastic with that. It's just one of these swings and roundabouts. You need to make your decision, call on. Right, so what are people dying of with this virus? It leads to pneumonia, as a lot of flu does. So lungs, what are your lungs all about? Lungs are about grief. So if you've got lung problems, it is suppressed grief. Okay, so, and I know that myself. I was asthmatic when I was younger, up till I met Aringus, who said, you don't need to take these steroids anymore, I'll cure your lungs. And to be fair, I've not taken an asthma inhaler. I still touch wood though, since I was 23, so that's 17 years ago after he sorted me out with the homeopathy and I did the asthma belief clearing beliefs. But still, I have all week been meaning to channel this grief meditation. I said I would do it. I haven't done it yet. I'll do it tomorrow morning. It'll just be a short 15-minute meditation. We really have to get the grief, because what's happening is we're opening our hearts up. So we're all starting to grieve everything from past lives, from our ancestors. It's this big upwelling of grief that's happening now in the first quarter, really leading up to the equinox in 2 weeks' time, which is why this has come out now. This is why, because they know all this stuff, you know, so everybody's, you know, who's not doing work is weakened with that, with the grief. So you want to be just becoming aware of the grief. Angus has got grief remedies. I don't know, loads of you bought them from him. The spray to take, the homeopathic remedy, and it does shift a lot. And it works for physical grief, because when my mum died, it really, really helped me with that. So lungs, white light is what lungs like. If you want to visualize your lungs, imagine them surrounded by white light. Again, lots of love into the lungs. The lungs also are a massive organ of detox. So if your body is toxic, your lungs will be struggling. So you want to look at your liver, supporting your liver as well. Medical Medium's got a good book on the liver if you want to learn more about it, but you want to look at your dandelion teas, coffees. You want to look at your diet as well. And there's lots of information about their doing the liver flush if you're well enough for that, going on to the liver diet, you know, cutting down on fats, dairy, that kind of thing. But you want to tone up your liver as well. Liver's all about anger. So we've had this big well up of anger at the masculine this first part of the year as well. Again, I've done a workshop on that to help you with it, but I've listened to it 6 times. I still, the other day, wasn't it last night? Oh, really, I got very angry at you, didn't I? Unfortunately. So, you know, it's still this anger at the masculine clearing out in particular. So that's a weak point for us. But really, ultimately, it's separation from source. The closer we can get to being at one with source, then the less interference we're going to get from the reps and any illnesses that are going on there. So it is all about us moving into source point. So they're just some basic things. I also got some beliefs. I'll maybe do a belief clearing section about viruses. If you have the belief that viruses can kill you, well then they can, can't they? I had the belief that viruses can maim me, which, I mean, it was a virus that put me in my bed for a year and a half unable to move, so I'm not surprised I have that belief that I can be maimed by a virus. Does your body know how to fight a virus? If you don't have the belief pattern that your body knows how to fight a virus, then obviously that would be a good one to get. So I was lacking the belief my body knows how to fight viruses off with ease. Okay, so it's always a bit of a struggle for me to fight a virus because I had that belief pattern. So I just went in and did some healing to clear that. You can do Sedona method to clear that too. Again, I can do more of this after this transmission if people want about that. But I'm being told we can move on to more of the earth healing work. So what we have been asked to do, what I was shown the second night after I'd had all these downloads of realizations, is that they've created this grid of fear. Now, what happens, and I'm not a virologist, I'm not even a medically trained person, but basically, Scotland's still in the containment stage because we've only got 6 people who have it, and they have all been linked to travel with the area where the virus came from, or a hotspot of it. So there's like a trace route. But what starts to happen with these things is the virus just jumps. So a person gets it and they've had no contact with anybody with the virus, they've not been abroad, and they get it. And that's what moves to what they call the second stage. And that's what's happened in England. I don't know about other countries. I only know about the UK because that's all I heard on the news. And I was listening to this medical officer explaining it. So what actually happens energetically, which obviously scientists don't acknowledge, is that one person who has no connection with any of the places that had the virus, has had no connection physically with a person that's been exposed to it to actually catch it from, but they've got the virus, okay? So that works through vibration, okay? So if you immerse yourself in a morphic grid field of a vibration, you then manifest the symptoms of the illness, okay? Now, this is how past life healing works. There's been lots of studies done where people have presented at doctors with all the symptoms of an illness, but physiologically they're not testing for it. This is slightly different to the C19 virus. I'm going off tangent here. But what it is like, they've got all the symptoms, they really think that they've got it. But what it is they're living in a different timeline, so past lives are playing out. But what happens in this virus situation is that they connect into the morphic grid field, so they take on the essence of it, and this is the reps orchestration, and this is what's going on. And then they have the virus, they get the physical symptoms of it, they get all the manifestations of it, yet they've not come in contact with the exposed physical, because a virus is just a vibration. Everything is a vibration, okay? So this is where the mass hysteria comes in, because the media is building it up, and then people are dropping into the fears, and then the reps come in with, oh great, we'll just start to do all this. You know, so it's all orchestrated. So what we are going to do tonight is undo this orchestration. That's why you're here. That's what you've signed up for, whether you know it or not. And this is why the skulls are such great tools, because the skulls contain the divine blueprints of the earth. So they're able to deactivate divine blueprints of any frequency, which is why my Ardmano crystal skull healings and lunarity, who couldn't come through because that's my biggest skull in the ring, is that I don't have the energy to bring through lunarity. That's how they work. All these healings work because they're going in and deactivating. So it can be a past life, it can be an illness, but you have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to surrender it. Your soul has to actually be willing to give all this attachment up, attachment to the third dimension, ego self, okay? So first of all, we have to disconnect ourselves from the fear grid. So if you're ever wanting to, you're all around the world, maybe there's illnesses in your area. I mean, more people are dying every day of malaria than this virus. But because this is all a man-made sort of orchestrated one, it's not in balance, it's not in alignment, and it's not for the highest good of all. And that is why we have to do this dismantlement work. So we're going to do a meditation now to dismantle ourselves from the fear matrix grid, and then we'll go into the next meditation, which is to actually work with the skulls to deactivate the reptilian grid created by this. Everything are morphic field grids, okay? We live within all these morphic field grids. But first we have to, you know, like anything, you know, to be a good channel, you have to be as pure as you can. You have to keep your vibration as high as possible, and you're all channels, you know. Okay, I'm the voice tonight, but you're all channels, right? So be under no estimation of the power that you all hold as healers, and that you are you're here as channels, okay? So I'm the voice, I've come onto earth. One of my roles is to gather groups together to do earth healing work. I've always known that, and now with modern technology it's so much easier. I used to do my earth healing gatherings and maybe 5 of us would turn up on location. So, you know, we're important in this, so it's really about honouring that. And then we'll go into doing the actual deactivation work. You've each chosen a country that you felt, or maybe 2 or 3 if you've got lots of skulls, that you felt real resonance with. If you didn't do that, I think we're pretty covered for the world. We don't have much in Europe. There's lots of countries in Europe, but lots of people have said I'll do Eastern Europe. I think I was short on Austria. I think I was short on Luxembourg, Andorra, it's a tiny little country, in Bulgaria, Hungary. I think they're covered in the former sort of Soviet Union states, the old Eastern Bloc. Lots of people were focusing on that. But you know, we were a bit short in Germany. Actually, is MD2 in Germany? A massive country, and I don't think we've got MD2 in Germany. But yeah, somebody volunteer to do Germany, please. They're bound to be. I've got lots of Germans follow me. So yeah, and then we'll do all that work together. Okay, so we've got 17 people watching live on Facebook. So hello, I know I'm not looking at you, but welcome, welcome. So have a drink, everybody. I'm just being told we need to have a drink. So I'm seeing all this holographic protection going around the group. I'm feeling all this holographic protection going around the group. I am receiving a lot of communication in through my right ear that's blocked with wax at the moment. Isn't that funny? And funny they're standing at this side. So they activate your thymus glands. Right, okay, I need you all to activate your thymus glands. Get yourself some water. If you've got to run to your kitchen, let's have a drink of water. We'll activate our thymus glands. Thymus gland is the gland of the heart chakra, so that makes sense. I never drink out of a bottle, but I'm just going to have to because I realised I didn't bring my glass through. Oringus, would you bring me a glass? No problem. Thank you. Okay, so the thymus gland. Centre of your chest. You'll feel it, your sternum. So there's my windpipe bit there, start of my rib cage. And you'll sort of feel the spot. You'll know. You'll just feel your thymus gland. I can't describe it any other way. But when you tap it, you energise it. So I tap every morning. Something I've started to do in the last few months since my friend changed in tapping and started telling me about it. And my little tapping routine really does work. So you'll feel when your thymus gland is activated just by tapping. Actually, quite like to chest. I like to tap the whole of my sternum. It's just big area there. Getting your heart prepared. Might want to tap your third eye too to help you see clearer. Okay, guys, are you starting to feel energy? I'm feeling a lot of protective energy. So what I'm getting is that the Arcturians are really coming around us and protecting us. The Syrians are coming in, and the Pleiadians. So, right, lots of star being protection. They really want this work done. Be under no illusion that there are secret societies. There are royal families, there are people really high up in business, there are people really high up in finance, the banks, who are all part of this these orders where they are communing with star beings, the reps as well, but other star beings and stuff as well, where they're all orchestrating to control the masses as well. I know various people who have had interactions with this type of experience in this physical reality. So I know these societies all exist as well. So, you know, if any of you are sort of doubting in any way what I'm saying about this, no, they are real. The Masons, I mean, a lot of you've heard of the Masons, they're involved in a lot of stuff as well. So it's a lot of dark magic that is going on. So this is dark magic, and we are here to bring the light in to dissolve away the dark magic. And to just calm everything down. I'm sort of seeing it as if like water's being poured onto the flames to douse them, and that's really the intention of today. So what we're going to do now is do a meditation to disconnect you, to dismantle this fear matrix so that the reptilians were creating, to disconnect us all from it. Going to channel the Arcturians. Now, this 10th dimensional Arcturian medical officer came to me, And I said, oh, what's your name? He says, I'm not telling you. This is about 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not telling you because you always forget names. And I said, it's true. I do. I am terrible with names. Why am I terrible with names? Because when somebody introduces herself to me, I'm not really interested in hearing their name. I'm just checking their chakras. I'm looking at their auric light. I'm doing all this other energy stuff. And I don't do it consciously. I do it subconsciously. And that's why I have to sort of ask 2 or 3 times people's names because I'm doing all this energy work. Anyway, he did give me his name eventually when I was driving to Glasgow yesterday. And he is called Sami, so Sami. So if you want to invoke him just now, 10th dimensional medical officer from the Arcturians, he is who is going to be working on us to do the deactivation meditation. So when you're all ready, if you just want to get yourself comfortable, this will just be about, I don't know how long it'll be. There's no point in me saying. I do this in workshops. This will be about a 10-minute meditation. Half an hour later, everybody is coming round. So what we're going to do now is just go on to meditation. Okay, so when you're ready, just going to close your eyes. And take a deep breath. Taking your awareness to your heart center. And just allowing yourself to relax. Feeling safe, feeling love, and feeling protected. Now making connection with the Arcturian light team who are coming forward. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am Medical Officer Sami, and I am leading this operation of hysteria, fear dismantlement. First of all, I wish you to meet my Arcturian team, who have decided to enter into your dimension, each of you, who is part of this transmission now, has been assigned to Arcturian healers at either side of you. Feel their presence connecting with you now. We have decided that in order to do this quickest dismantlement of the fear matrix within you all, we will use the merge technique. Some of you may have experienced this before, some of you may not have. This is when we merge our energy fields with yours. In essence, you allow us to integrate within your energy field for a given period of time in order to do the dismantlement work. The length of time will be determined on the amount of work that your energy field requires. We, of course, require your permission to do this. All you will feel is your energy field increasing and vibrating at a higher crystalline light frequency. Once you give us the permission to do this merge work, we will begin. Start to take awareness to your breath. Start to activate your holographic matrix, your Merkaba light body. This will amplify your healing abilities as we balance your spinning Merkaba. The male tetrahedron spinning to the right, the female tetrahedron spinning to the left. Now, we have you stabilized. We enter your energy field. Relax, know you are safe, it may feel strange. But just breathe through the experience. The more anxious you are, the more work that we require to do upon you, for you are attached strongly to the fear morphic grid. We give you a percentage now if you wish to receive it of how attached you are at this point, so you can really focus your energy on detachment. Some of you have now 100% detached. Others of you are still being worked on. So we hold space for you. Those who've already detached, place your awareness into your heart center. Some of you are just holding on to echoes of memories of being attached through your ancestral lineage. We had not expected this, but we will now bring the Syrians in. To do this detachment work through the ancestral lineage. They are doing this work for you now. A lot of you actually are releasing grief through this experience, which is very interesting for us to see. We are very pleased for this. Whatever the Syrians are doing, it's having an added bonus for you all. Some of you, the fear is still strong within the root chakra. This is where fear usually stores. So we are focusing our energy now in this area. If you take your awareness down to this part of your body, many of you are unaware you deserve to be well while on earth. We give you that download now. We give you the download of the divine perspective on knowing how to be well on earth, knowing it's safe to be well on earth, knowing you can be well in every given moment on earth. Interestingly enough, we have been handed from a lot of you this need to suffer. It is a construct that has been utilised since the fall of Atlantis. We will now deactivate this for you. Bringing in the divine perspective of knowing how to be without the belief I need to suffer. Knowing it's possible to be without this belief. Transmute, transform this belief in all realms and dimensions, time and space. Uncreate it, dissolve it, and return to the moment that you took it on as a truth. Are you ready to release this in this moment you took this on as truth? If yes, hand it over now. Well done. Life is joyous. You are here to experience joy. You're here to experience heart connection with divine source, and now you're here to experience the unification, the oneness moment. So all that takes you away from source energy must be transmuted and released. The galactic dragons are coming in at this point also. We are ready to unmerge from you, to allow the dragons to do their work. You will know when you have been disconnected from the fear morphic field grid, the fear matrix. You will hear a yes. If you're still getting a no, do not be alarmed. Just keep doing the work. We will hold space. If you are disconnected, at least 75%, you will be able to do the mission work. But we will get you to the 100. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I am Commander Ashtar. I come in now to share with you my delighted news that the disconnection has worked for you all. We are ready to move on to phase 2. Okay, so now just take a moment to finish up whatever soul work you are doing. Taking your awareness down to your feet. Checking your grounding roots are still anchoring you in there. We ask to align your physical body, mental body, emotional body and spiritual bodies now. Balancing and returning back into your physical body self now. Opening your eyes when you feel ready. How are you feeling now, everybody? I feel a big shift has come out of my heart. I'm feeling to drink some more. Yeah, have a drink. Have a drink. We're getting a little breather just now. Before we go on to the next stage. So all I'll say is, I don't know if anybody else has joined us in on Zoom Extra. Andy's joined in on Facebook Extra. If you've not watched the start of it, I wouldn't continue on to phase 2 without having done the start. You can watch it on repeat, okay? So if you're new to coming onto Facebook Live, we're only doing it on Facebook because some people couldn't get onto the Zoom for whatever reason, but you really need to have done the prep work for this next stage. So sorry, because I see some more people. I was on 14 really regularly and another 5 have joined. So you know, you can listen to this bit when we go on to the deactivation work. Make sure you've done the prep work bit before you do this, or you might get a bit of a backlash. Okay, so we are all in protection now. I feel a lot lighter from that. I was on 2%. I was 2% connected to the grid. So it was good that when it was gone, I really feel the difference from it. Whew, right. I'm just waiting for further instruction at the moment. Right, so if we just calm their energy down a bit. Some of you need to eat something, apparently. Maybe me. Oh, Oriel was wanting to have a biscuit. Right, okay, so there you go. You can have a biscuit, Oriel, if you're needing to eat after that experience. Oh, you can't make a life up in our household. Right, so yeah, sometimes grounding, having something to eat before earth healing takes a lot out of you guys. Okay, so look after yourself. So the reason I keep looking down at my grid is I see the skulls are all doing stuff. So I've got Ardmano there, I've got Siron, I've got Shearling is over China. Shearling is the massive earth healing skull made of Merlinite, and he's on China, which is where all this started from. So that's what Shearling is up to. So I'm just watching the skulls. They're all communicating, they're all talking, they're all changing. So that's why I wasn't looking at the camera there. So anyway, hopefully you have grabbed yourself a crystal skull. If you don't have a crystal skull, some were asking if you could use dragon skulls, unicorn skulls, that's fine. If you could use a crystal, that's fine. Or if you could just meditate because you don't have anything, that is fine too. But those who do have the skulls, some of you sent me through your beautiful chart. Some people are not able to join live, but they wanted to have their energies called in. Now, who was that? Sarah Taxiara, the Cox, Tina and Keith Cock. A lot of you are working, I know. Louise, I don't know if you set your alarm because you're out in the Middle East to get up. Louise Douglas was wanting called in as well. Alison Gillis wanted called in. Somebody else who wasn't able to join live for Susie Nairn wanted to be called in. So we'll just intend your energies are working. And also Claire Harris as well. You sent me your grid picture. What we're going to do now is we're going to activate your crystal skull. So if you've not done earth healing with them before, show you how to do it and just talk about how they work. Okay. So the crystal skull conclave, it's a consciousness that do you want to hold a skull, Oriel? Okay, you grab a skull, but not Shearling because he's too heavy for you to lift. Grab one of your other skulls off of it because I borrowed all your skulls. You've got your little amber one there, and you've got your there was another one of your skulls that I put on the grid. So you hold one of them or go through the back and grab one of the big ones from the shop that's not present. Shearling can't be lifted, he's doing the big work, okay? What about your amethyst one? That massive amethyst one, you can lift that. It's not through. You can go and get that then. Okay, your big amethyst one, because we forgot to bring it through, the big cathedral one. People would like to see that. It's a really unusual skull. Nobody's ever seen it. Okay, so joys of an 8-year-old taking part. So, Crystal Skull Conclave, it's consciousness. It contains the divine blueprint of Mother Earth. It has like a lens. It's hard to describe. I'm not an optician, but like the lens in the eye, it's like it sort of sees the world through the lens. So the skulls are really powerful if you've got an activated skull because they can go in and dismantle the morphic field grids that are distorted, which is what's happened with this virus. It's been a manipulated distortion, and it's affecting everybody. Why is it affecting everybody? Because they, flu's around all the time. More deadly things are around all the time actually than this virus. But this virus has been imprinted with the fear matrix we've just been disconnected from. And so it's taking people back to their trigger point. It's actually an awakening. So with anything that it's like a really massive skull that he is bringing through. Right, so Oriel is now, just show it on there. Right, that's fine. So basically, it's been corrupted to trigger these fear grids. Fear of dying. It's that whole fear of dying, and that whole mass panic that they're working on. So the skulls are our allies. We are going to go in with them now and activate them. And we're going to do that by chanting the Lemurian light language chant of Lem, L-E-M. So you're all at home. Hopefully you can chant out loud. It's beautiful when I have like 25 people in an earth healing retreat and we're all going, la, la, and we're at the most amazing stone circle or climbed up the most powerful hill. You know, it's so beautiful because the land responds, the skulls respond, and you'll feel it. You'll feel the energy. And I'll just take you through what to do. So you just listen to my words, you just witness, and you just allow it to happen. And then I'll get information coming through as well if we have to go on a journey. If it's not going to plan and we have to do a bit more, then I'll just channel that. Okay, I won't probably channel the instruments for this because I will be activating my clairvoyance so that I can see clearly, clairvoyantly, what is actually going on. Okay, so we just need to make sure for this bit we do have the 100. So we've got 14. I've been pretty steady on 14 throughout on Facebook.
164.
We've got 164 on 164 on Zoom. So we're well on the 100 field. So why was there a minimum number for this transmission? So with anything, it's called the critical mass. Okay, so say you're like intolerant to something. Like I was intolerant to tomato, but I didn't know I was intolerant to tomato. I didn't like tomato as a child. So I used to always pick the tomato off my school sandwiches. The only tomato I really ate, my mum and dad grew greenhouses full of tomatoes. Didn't like them. Had a wee bit of tomato sauce. How much tomato was actually in tomato sauce? So that was my childhood growing up. And then I went to university and I had to feed myself. Okay, so everybody just ate tomato pasta and you made sauces with tomato, and I started being sick, like physically sick. And I didn't know why. I just thought, oh my goodness, I'm just halls of residence, or, you know, out with everybody, out clubbing, out not looking after myself, stressed, all that kind of stuff. But then I learned that actually I'm intolerant to tomato. But I'm not allergic, I'm just intolerant. My body can't break it down very well. I'm a type B blood type, so I don't, you know, those lectins in tomato I can't break down. So I hit the critical mass with tomato and then I got sick. Okay, so there's like, it's like the same thing with healing. If you have if you have enough people doing something, that the universe has said, right, this will be influenced. And the 100 monkeys, you'll have heard of the 100 monkey experiment. If you've not, just Google it afterwards. I am not going to talk about that. But the 100 monkey experiment was, is that when enough monkeys were introducing into the consciousness, oh, actually, I'm going to have to go into it because I'm being told to. I can't remember if it was potatoes or apples or what it was. But on this small island, there were these monkeys.
Sweet potatoes.
Was it sweet potatoes? There were these monkeys, okay? And the children monkeys came in and they decided to start to wash their potatoes in the sea before eating them. Now, monkeys had never done this before. And I may not have this story right, but you'll get the gist of it. But then what happened was, on another island, these same monkeys had no contact with the monkeys on the island washing potatoes. They started washing their potatoes in the sea as well. So it had gone into the monkey consciousness that this was a good thing to do because 100 monkeys had done it. So hence the 100. I didn't know this. I just got told 100, but this is what the Arcturians are explaining. Hence the 100. It's this critical number to change consciousness. And that is what we're going to go in to do. We're going to change the consciousness attitude towards the virus so that people are just like, oh, it's a virus. They're around all the time. There's no big build up to it. And then it'll dissolve away quicker. Okay, so we will see the numbers peak. We will see the numbers go up. Okay, so don't be despondent if in the news you're like, oh my goodness, more and more people are getting this. They will go up. It is just the law of a viral infection. But what we are doing is we are dismantling the hysteria around it. We're getting it into perspective, and we are influencing the consciousness so that the less people that give any fear energy to it, the less influence, the virus will start to die out. It'll do its path as viruses do, but it'll not be it'll not be as energized. So if you hold that all in your consciousness for your intent for healing. Earth healing is all about intention, okay? It's all about the intention from the heart, understanding where you're coming from with that, and then it'll work. Okay. I'm getting a thumbs up from an Arcturian. I've never had a thumbs up from an Arcturian before. That's quite exciting. Or maybe I have when I was an Arcturian, but like not on Earth. It's, I don't know. I just got that there. He's standing here actually. You might see him if you're clairvoyant enough. The medical officer. He's turned around. He's facing you now. He's giving you a wave. Sammy, he's actually waving. Yes. Oriel's waving back. Right. So you're all prepared. You've got your skulls. You've got your region that you're working on. I have covered the whole world map with a lot of the skulls that we have. We have more skulls. We've got a whole shop full, which I didn't bring through. So we're going to start by taking our awareness into our heart center. Really grounding ourselves. You might want to send your coccyx antennae down into Earth 2. That's something we've worked with in lots of workshops. It's just like, it looks like a lion's tail. Comes out of your tailbone, the bottom of your spine. Anchoring that in. So you're really grounding yourself, checking your protections all around you, which I'm being told is. Your guides are either side of you anyway, or Arcturians. And we're going to just chant, and we'll keep chanting till I'm told that the skulls have all activated all around the world where you are. So the activation of the skulls has taken place. I'm going to hold my Arcturian. Well, my Arcturian skull is a small skull, but he's a powerful skull. So now you're going to say to your crystal skulls, your crystal, or just hold the space if you're not working with the crystal skull. I'm going to just ask the crystal skull conclave to activate, to correct any earth energy anomalies wherever you are around the world that are feeding into this mass hysteria. You may feel shudder of the earth if it's quite a troubled area. And you're now going to take your consciousness to the area of the world that you have been guided to work with. If you hadn't thought of anywhere, just see what appears in your mind's eye. Oh, as again, I'm being sent back to Syria. Of course, we did the big Syrian earth healing transmission a few weeks ago. But here I am, I'm back in Syria. Syria is a very, well, the reason there's a war in Syria, the reason why it's so unstable and people are fighting over it, is one of the big power points of the earth, okay? So I'm not sure, I think somebody else was covering Syria as well, so that's where I'm connecting with. Oriel, are you connecting? What country do you want to connect with? Scotland? Kos? Where? China, you're doing China, Aringus. Where are you connecting in with?
Alaska.
You're doing Alaska, okay. Right, so we're connecting. So every country has a morphic field grid, okay? Even if it's man-made, it's got a morphic field grid. And that's why wars start, that's why. Because really it's cultural, it's a vibration. There are no borders and boundaries. The culture, the land brought the culture into being, okay? People incarnated into that land for that cultural experience originally. Then we brought in all these rules and borders and invading other countries and all that kind of stuff. But connect to the morphic grid of your country or countries if you're covering lots of different areas. And we're just intending that the skulls correct any earth energy anomalies in that place. Oh, good. That's worked quite quickly. You're all doing really, really well, holding the light, holding the vision. And now we're going to ask for a fifth dimensional template of light, temple of light, template to be overlain in that region. That fifth dimensional temple is going to be powerful. It is going to be high vibration. It's going to be love. It's going to be peace. It's going to be non-judgment. It's going to be friendship. It's going to be compassion. It's going to be wellness. It's going to be abundance. And it's going to be peace, ultimately. Because the whole point is about us moving into inner peace. We're activating tomorrow. Mother Earth is releasing the third ascension key. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Ultimately, the cure for all this is peace. As we are spreading, the skulls and you are spreading this peace vibration around the world, I'm really seeing it shifting and changing. So what I am seeing is, I'm seeing America and Canada and Central America, South America, it's peace spreading from there. It's spreading, Antarctica's gone there, Greenland's taken it, Iceland's taken it. The UK, a lot of intensity there, it's still not taken it. It's gone into Spain, it's actually gone into Portugal. It's, yeah, Scandinavia, starting to bring in a lot of density in Central Europe still. So these are the key areas where they have implanted stuff. Okay, so these are the key target areas. Interestingly, Russia's okay. China, dense. Africa's okay. Egypt, dense. Interesting. So what I'm starting to see with this is, yeah, they have had hotspots. Hotspots are going to become the beds of ripeness for this infection, okay? So yeah, okay, you've got sporadic outbreaks in various bits, but they had targeted certain areas. Interestingly, Wales has cleared. Southern Ireland's cleared. So let's check out New Zealand's cleared. Australia's not. Okay, so Australians are in on this. Indonesia's clearing. Japan is clear. Malaysia's clearing. Europe's still working there. So those who's working on Europe, you're going to have to, so just keep breathing the peace light in. The skulls are doing the work. This is us not even doing full dismantling. This is just us. Yeah, they are. They're starting to undo the trigger places. Right, okay. So I'm starting to see world leaders who've been part of this orchestration. Very, very interesting. Of course, there is Boris. So, right. Interesting. Bizarrely, Trump is not part of this. But he's not been part of this orchestration. It's really interesting to witness. So yeah, Europe is definitely the hotbed. China was the weak point entry. A lot of density in China. Those of you who are in China, right? Okay, so they're going. So what's happening now is the Arcturians are coming in. They are like, the skulls are just going to hold it. They are doing the holding vision. So those of you who are in the hotbed areas, you are going to really sort of pull your energy away. We were getting sucked into the wormholes. So what was created was little wormholes. Now, where are my chimes? Right, I need to play these chimes. So those doing South Korea, those doing China, those doing, interestingly, India, Britain, all the European countries, Northern Africa, Scandinavia's a hotbed as well. There's something being put in there. Right, so the Arcturians are saying it's because Scandinavia actually brings a lot of light into the country. It brings a lot of light in because it has covered in a lot of snow a lot of the time as well. But it's also politically influential with some of these grids. So we're just going to use these chimes. To clear, it says to clear your energies for some of you. who went into that. That wasn't expected by the Arcturians. They didn't know the wormholes were present. But that's good we found them. So what we've got are spacecrafts going to that area now, like physical spacecrafts are now. This is what happens with earth healing. The whole point is we humans can see things or highlight things that they can't see in other dimensions. The reps know what they're doing, so they're able to do stuff, but that actually has deactivated a lot of it. Yeah, the rest of the world is changing. Even Italy is changing, but it's China. There's something really weird going on there. Just waiting for instruction. Right, you've all been cleared, so that's good. Right, waiting for instruction. Right, okay, so the Syrians have come in here. What they have done is they've created a funnel of, so it looks like a tornado. So if you can imagine in your mind's eye, or you maybe can actually see the tornado in your mind's eye, over the area where this all sort of started in China, right? That particular region of China. And it's a purple vortex. So it's like violet flame vortex of purple. It's building up. So unlike the tornado where it's coming down, as the energy is coming down from the sky, the actual energy, although it's a funnel like that, it's burning up. Yeah, so it's just imagine that the source light is swirling and this purple light is, yeah, it's working, guys. Well done. You're putting lots of energy into this. Well done, it's working. You guys keep going on that, and I will try and go in and see what is actually going on. I need a crystal protection. Here we go. Right, yeah, the white light is finally reaching there, but it's right, so this was not an agreement with the Chinese government. This was to shut China down. This was to, China was getting too powerful. Okay, China was getting too powerful, and do you know what? It was getting too powerful for, I don't know a different word for it, the Arabian countries. This is the royal families, the oil, like all those with great wealth in these areas. This is linked into all of this. Okay, so this is not coming from America or but bizarrely Boris is involved in it. Like there's stuff to the UK, I can clearly see that. Because I'm being shown the world leaders, I'm just going to check that Trump is not cloaked in any way. He's not bright enough, I've been told. Okay, so there we go. He's not bright enough to have orchestrated this. So, how interesting though, because on the radio, what I was listening to the next bit was about Russia and Turkey coming together to sort of sort out the Syrian war thing. So yeah, there's Russian in there. It was Putin that was cloaked. I knew somebody was cloaked when I was seeing it. Russia cleared too quickly. That was interesting. Right, okay, so I shouldn't have said his name. It's a code word. Don't you guys say that name. It's a code word. It's a code word. How am I going to clear that code word? I'm going to use high frequency energy. Oh, so what happens, guys, if I'm just teaching you how to do this, is it's like the web. You've entered into the web, you've said the code word. When I first woke up spiritually and met Aringus and started having this, one of the guys he used to work with had created a web, a net, and so what I've done is I've triggered it. So I poked it, I saw through the mask I wasn't meant to see through, so I don't feel any worry about that. I just see him too clearly, so I'm just going to ask who's coming in to help me deal with this, guys. Syrians again. Right, the Syrians. Thank you, Syrians. Just deactivate Mr. Russia and stop him influencing anything and he's working with beings they don't even know about. Okay, so not even on the human radar. This is interesting. Some of you might be able to see that. I'm going to clear the third eyeball. Some of you are actually covering Russia. Russia's not the trigger word, so some of you might want to change your focus to Russia just to help out with this. He's beaten. Right, he's beaten. Right, that's fine. But remember, we were doing Syrian work. We were we had to build walls up. So we're just going to build this energetic wall up around the Russian border, but also around the Kremlin. It's a wall of light. You'll just know what to do. You'll be getting shown it. I don't even know where the Kremlin is. How bad is that? I do know physically. It's just I'm not in that place to be thinking logically. I'm in a different dimension here doing this work. So, right, okay. So what happened there is I actually said his name and I said, I give back all that's yours and I take back all that's mine. I give back all that's yours, I take back all that's mine. I give back all that's yours, I take back all that's mine. If you say that 3 times, then that was it releasing when I cleared it there. So you'd taken some of my stuff there. Even though we were protected, that was very interesting. I knew, see when people cloak, powerful magic, but let's not dwell on that. All learning lessons. I find it fascinating, but I have to be careful not to find it too fascinating, because then you get curiosity, and curiosity killed the cat, didn't it? That's why that expression was there, because sometimes it's best not to go there. So your skulls are doing great, everybody. You're all doing good work. Right, China, it's still there. It's still not fully deactivated. The breeding point of it, the birthing point. Interesting is the one bit of the world we didn't have anybody physically in who was doing this work. We literally had every other part of the continent around the world, like with you guys physically being in these countries. It's just taking its time. Syrians are doing this work. I've seen them plug this massive emerald crystal energetically, like into the source point, where this. I don't want to call it pandemic because it's not, and it's not going to be. That's what we're here to deactivate. So that's what they're trying to create. They're trying to create pandemic. Right, okay. So our focus is on asking the skulls now and ourselves as wizards to undo the pandemic intent. Okay? That's what it was. That's what I was waiting to find out and was missing seeing. The pandemic intent, right? The moment is just a outbreak, but it's not a pandemic. But that's what they want it to become, and that's what we're doing. We're deactivating the pandemicness of it all. Oh, it was even worse. That was a global pandemic. So, right, the code word was global pandemic. So we're just going to, I can't even remember which camera I'm on now. This one. You maybe all got your eyes closed, but we're just going to, so that just imagine, just ask your skull and just, God, it's really coming in at my head, this. Ask your skull to deactivate the global pandemic imprint of C19 virus. Oh, we just did it. Well done. If you feel you to release through sound, if you're at home, please do. Just clear the energy of the heart chakra bowl for a moment. Right, and that last release there, I heard the word beaten. And I'm seeing star beings giving each other high fives now. That's a good sign. Right, I've just been told there may be further work and another transmission to do. But this was the job of today. Well done, everyone. You're all to be commended for your energy, your knowledge, and your skill as earth healers. This is coming from Sanat Kamara. He's giving me a break from channeling because I've just had that big energy release. He's saying that mission is complete for today. By now you're going to have an Arcturian healing on you all. Well done, everyone. Right. Woohoo! Okay, so you can put your skulls down if you're holding any. You're just going to sit and relax. I'm interested. I'm going to use the rain stick. I rarely use my rain stick. So it's like the sea washing away, calming and soothing. Balancing you. Allowing the Arcturians to do some psychic surgery on you. Balancing your chakras. Deactivating any hooks and cords you've picked up, if any, from the experience. So it's about resting now. Allow your soul to rest for a moment. So now you're going to activate your inner smile, everybody. If you never worked with your inner smile before, it's a really powerful tool to uplift you, to energize you. So you're just closing your eyes and you're just feeling, I just visualize this big smile that goes right over my chest, but you can smile each chakra as well. Hope your smile going into each chakra. I do feel pretty tired, but I have been talking for an hour and a half. Longer, 2 hours. Okay, so just moving your hands into prayer position. Thumbs on your thymus gland, center of your chest. Really breathing in the energy of the beautiful light of Divine Source to anchor you back into body. I thought we were done. Okay, so Russia has kicked off. Russia's kicked off, so they're going to put a glass ceiling over the country. So we're just asking you to hold space for this is happening, this energetic glass ceiling, and they can kick off in their glass ceiling. So I think there's lots of R's there who are really kicking off because they really thought that this was their, they weren't going to be beaten. So we just have to hold space for another few moments, and I'll play the Koshi chimes. To balance this is that I've picked up, it's the earth element. Didn't know which one picked up there, but just deactivating it all. Bringing in thousands, hundreds of thousands of angels are coming in. Angels are coming around you all now. And flocks of unicorns are flying in to Russia too. And China. And the dragons of love are coming in. And we just have to hold the space really until the Syrians and the Arcturians sort of tidy up. A lot of earth healing, it's maybe, although this hasn't been short, but sometimes it's quite short, but you're then holding space for quite a while. Let's bring in another Koshi chime. This is my favourite Koshi chime. Pink one. Just going to finish with giving us a light language transmission to put sacred codes into our energy field through the diamond light ray. So feel the diamond light ray coming down now from above your head. This is also known as the rainbow ray. Feel it, see it, visualize it working. And it's just purifying you. I knew I'd pick something up there. Diligence. The key to work is diligence. Don't be judgmental if anything comes in or whatever. Just clear it. Just be really diligent on your personal physical care. Yeah, we put our shields up. Yeah, we put our protection around. But, you know, these are advanced beings. Maybe there's a little chink in the armour. I'm a bit fearful of Russia. I don't know why. I did a Russian TV documentary, but oh, I'm getting shown. I watched it. Oh, I never realised I'd picked up some fear with that. So I watched a documentary about the doping and how they doped all their athletes. And there's a guy on the run. He was their medical expert guy. The guy that figured out the massive doping scandal, which is why the Russian athletes are banned from the Olympics this summer. Oh, there we go. Olympics might get cancelled because, like, of this virus and Russia can't go. Oh, it's all falling into place now, isn't it? So, just, I didn't realise I'd taken on his fear of the KGB and stuff. So that was what linked me in there. So I'll do more work on that. But, I mean, it's fine. It's clearing now with this diamond light ray frequency. Oh yeah, well done everyone. I'm told that is us done. Diddly done. Right, let's ask for 1,000,000 shields of light to be put around us all. Oh, I see the group all hugging each other energetically because we're not physically together. I can't remember which camera I'm on. I'm on this camera. That camera. So, wow. Wow. Well done, everybody. How are you all feeling? How are you all feeling? Right, just give yourself time to integrate. I'll keep you posted. They said that there might be another one. It'll be about 11 o'clock at night now. Goodness knows what time it is for some of you around the world. Yeah, thank you. I can see Facebook comments. The MD on Facebook wants to put a comment in. Well done, everybody. Thank you for hearing the call. Tomorrow we're activating the inner peace code, so we'll be continuing the work on that. If you want to join me for that workshop, it's a 2-hour workshop, £25 with Lady Sarah. It's going to be so beautiful. We're going to get this third key of ascension activated, and we're really going to be able to do good earth healing work after this as well. When you've got that key of peace, we worked a bit with the peace codes there, which was really interesting. But when we activate the key within us, then a lot will dissolve away. So I'm just seeing some of the Facebook posts. Great, who forgot on there? Beth, Well done, you. Big hugs. Thank you. Wonderful. Gratitude to everyone. Very grateful for healings throughout Catalonia and Canada. Fab. I don't know if those who are on Zoom are able to type in comments now. I don't know if Ringus can activate that. But I think we need to go to bed, and I definitely think an 8-year-old. Thank you, Oriel, for bringing the children's energy in and working with your big skull and staying up late on a Friday night. I think that's why he was here, so he could stay up late. But he's got his little fairy ear. Sorry? I've what? I did force you to. I don't think I did. I just said, do you want to stay for the transmission or go to bed? So, you know.
I wanted to go to bed, but you said I had to do this.
I don't think so. Maybe Daddy did. But so, you are a little powerhouse of a soul, and it's good to bring the children's energies in. They're such powerful earth healers. So, I'm a bit pooped. I'm looking forward to my sleep tonight, and great to work with all Amethyst. That is brilliant. Who is saying that? Somebody is saying something. Catalonia. With final deactivation, saw clearly reptilians exposed behind, and Boris Johnson is clear today. I know, I kept seeing him too. What is our Prime Minister up to?
Being controlled.
Yeah, we've been thinking while he's been a bit possessed. So,
He's definitely controlled.
yeah, so the group energy is just settling down. Feel free to leave when you want to go. You can go and see Bob if you want.
Can I bring him through?
Not just now, Dan.
To
We'll,
show that
we'll do a Facebook. We'll let Bob. We've got a new budgie.
No.
We have a new budgie, and
Come on.
Bob is
Come on,
his
Dad,
name.
let's go.
And Bob can go on a Facebook Live
No,
at some other
We're
time.
doing it now. You're on the
Okay, well, so yeah, sleep well, everybody.
Don't switch it off.
If you were watching on Facebook and you weren't actually in the Earth Healing group, then you could, and you want to be on for future ones, just drop an email on. And drop an email to info@elementalbeings, and we'll add you to the next SOS. This time we did put it out for the newsletter, which we don't normally do, to be fair. I just normally put it out to my SOS group, but then I had to get 100 for tonight. So thank you so much. I want to do a bit of integrating. I was really used in that one. So sometimes what that means is, oh, Bob has arrived. Here is Bob the Budgie. Bob has been singing his little heart out all day. We've had him for a week. I know lots of you have been wanting to meet Bob. He's bringing in the bird codes and the fairy codes. He's a bit probably hacked off. He's in his cage because he's been roaming. He flies around all the time. He trots around on the floor. But this time of night you like to be in, don't you, Bob? Because it's roosting time. People on Facebook can't see Bob.
Oh dear.
Wait a minute, I'll
Complaints.
turn it round, and leave your crystals on. Yes, leave your crystals on. And Bob's saying hello to everybody on Facebook. So yeah, leave your crystals. I forgot to say, leave them on the map. Leave the map on the maps overnight, and they'll keep working if you can. If you can't, that's fine. But yeah, just leave them on. And yeah, thank you, everybody. I'm going to have a cup of tea now. And I'm not doing white sugar, but I might have a biscuit. I think we've only got a white sugar biscuit, so I think I'll break my my no white sugar. It's taken physically quite a lot out of me, so I will. I'll go and speak to my husband into giving me some Vortex. And also the other thing is, it might be good to have a shower. I'm just hearing that you might want
Just
to
good, it's essential.
have a shower. Do you know, washing in. Okay, thank you.
Okay, which camera is it? Which camera is it? Is this? It's a biscuit for you, okay? Eat
Right,
it.
it's too close. You're too close. Right, come away. They can't see. Right, Oriel, out the way. Have a shower. Showering in olive oil is really good technique to, if you feel you've picked up anything when you're doing earth healing work. I literally do just go to the kitchen and get out of the bottle. It's quite nice on the skin. It's good for the skin. So, you know, feel free to do that. But I'm going to sign off now on Facebook. Lots of love. Thank you all for having joined me. And then we can sign off on Zoom as well. Is MD still left on Zoom? Okay, everybody, this is the backup for those who can't get 111 of you. Oh, thank you for staying. Hope you enjoyed it, even though it was hard work for us all. and maybe I'll give you some tips for things you can do yourself with your skulls. And I will let you know when we have any more. And to those who are joining me live tomorrow, because we're going to try and do a live workshop with people physically here. This is a new thing for us. It's just a 2-hour course. So guided meditation, powerful healing with Lady Sarah, and activating the peace codes that will really amplify your energy frequencies. We do have the full moon on Monday as well. Don't miss Merlin. He is going to be really powerful too, but well done. You all deserve
So we're using
a sleep.
my Merlin skull.
Yes.
Yes.
You'll enjoy your sleep. And of course, some of you it's just during the day for you, isn't it?
During
You're waking
the
up.
day.
I
It's
know.
midnight here.
I know, but people in Australia and New Zealand are just getting up. Like Uncle Peter in Sydney, he'll just be getting up. So lots of love to you all. Many blessings. If you're new, go on to elementalbeings.co.uk, see all the stuff there, and sign up for the newsletter for the next one too. Namaste.
Whew, that was hard.
Still going. It wasn't hard. It was fun. I was doing it.
Pretty hard.
Well, it was hard for you maybe. Right.
Being up.
Are we de-zoomed?
How many people? Let's see how many people we have on still.
There we go.
We've deleted everyone. We've deleted everyone. You are unzoomed.
Right. Bed for you, mister.